back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. I've been meaning to start this series where I talk about my favorite products that I've used over the month. So I'm gonna make this like a monthly video. I'll try and make this a monthly video rather. But I want to talk about products that I've been trying out, products that I have been loving. But I also want to include products that I've not been liking so much. It's gonna be like a hit or miss kind of a video. So I wanted to start off with this month, but products that I'm going to be including, since this is the first of this series, the products that I'm going to be including in today's video are products that I've not just used for 1 month but for a couple of months, for the past few months at least. So yeah, and also I will not just be including makeup products here, I will be including other things as well. They could be random things, random favorites. For today, I only have some, personal care kind of products. But in the future, I don't know, I may include other products as well. So yeah, let's get started. So first, I'm going to be starting off with the makeup product. The first product that I have been loving recently is the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. This is the Luminous foundation. I remember I spoke about this foundation in one of my haul videos, and I bought this off of Sephora India site. And I am absolutely loving this foundation. I think off late I've been loving a very luminous finish kind of foundations, like the Dior one, like this one. I even purchased the MAC Face and Body foundation recently, and I have been loving it. I've heard so much about it, so I'm kind of leaning towards foundations that have that runny consistency, which are easy to wear, rather than the thick consistency ones that I used to previously like, the MAC Studio Fix one. I still do love it. I mean, it's one of my favorites, but I have been loving this foundation. I have it in the shade 430W, which means warm. I bought this online and the shade match is perfect. Let me just read out what all it says. It says it's gluten-free, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's alcohol-free, it's clinically tested, it's dermatologically tested, and it's non-comedogenic, it's suitable for sensitive skin, it's long-wearing, and there's no flashback. Actually, all the products that I'm gonna be talking about today, I am wearing them on my face, or all the makeup products at least. So yeah, and I think this foundation fares really well. This has been one of my favorites in the recent past, and you will see me using this quite a lot. For the price point, I think it's quite an expensive product, but you do get a lot of product. I think this is about 30 ml, which is almost the same. But yeah, you could count Anastasia Beverly Hills as a high-end brand. But for a high-end brand also, it's really expensive is what I personally feel. But I think there's a new site called Bodice.com. I keep seeing ads of that place that now houses Anastasia Beverly Hills, and they, I think, right now have some amazing offers going on. Not sponsored, but I think you should check them out. That's the first product that I wanted to talk about. Next thing that I've been loving is a makeup product, obviously, is a concealer. This is the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer, Boing or whatever. Of course, I did not mention it in my top 5 concealers because I hadn't used it much by then. I had just recently bought it, but I have been loving this. I really love the packaging as well. I have it in the shade number 9. I think it is called Tan Warm or something. I absolutely love this. It is very, very, very high coverage. I think it's equal to the Huda Beauty one. Even the consistency is very similar to the Huda Beauty one, but the good part is that this one comes with a doe foot, and that just makes it great, whereas the Huda Beauty one doesn't. Although I love that applicator as well, but I love a good doe foot. So yeah, this one is great. It's as good as the MAC ones as well that I have spoken about in my previous videos. So yeah, this is my next favorite. I think this is also pretty expensive for that matter. It almost costs as much as the MAC one, but I got it on a sale, and Sephora is right now on a sale as well. You should definitely check it. This one is a little lighter for me. I use it for under eye brightening. So yeah, if you're in my shade and you would want to pick this up, then you can pick this up in the number 9. So that's my next favorite product. Other products that I have been loving are the Huda Beauty lip liners. I bought them all together because I really wanted to try them out and I wanted to give my Chambord ones a break. So yeah, but I really like them. They're called lip contours. I have them in 3 shades here: Cheerleader, Spice Girl, and Famous. I have them in 3 shades here: Cheerleader, Spice Girl, and Famous, and I have been currently loving them. They go with all the lipsticks that I have and own. So those are the lip liners that I have been currently loving. I also love the ones from MAC, but I really wanted to give those a break, so which is why I wanted to buy these, and I absolutely do not regret my buy. Next makeup product that I want to talk about is this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Did I speak about this in my top mascaras? I think I did. But yeah, I've been using this only for like a few months, but I've been loving it, and it definitely has made it to my top 5, so it's great. It's so inexpensive and it does the job really well. I love the wand. The only downside with this is that it is waterproof, so it can be a little difficult while you try to take it off. But you could always use like an oil-based cleanser and just, you know, pat the cleanser with a cotton pad on the mascara and leave it there for like a few seconds, and then it just melts all the mascara and you can take it off. So that's the only downside of this, but otherwise it's a great mascara for that price point, and I would recommend anyone to just get it. If somebody asks me which one would you recommend, I would just at the top of my mind just say this. So yeah, this has been one of my favorites currently. The next couple of things that I want to talk about are from my makeup brush collections. I've been trying to invest in good makeup brushes. So I recently got my hands on the MAC a 188S stippling brush. This is very dirty. I'm not gonna touch it right now because I used it today. So the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, I don't like wearing it with a makeup sponge because it kind of sinks into the sponge way too much, so I do not like that, but this brush just works amazingly well with that. The next brush that I've been loving is this Smashbox concealer brush. I've heard that their foundation brushes are also pretty great, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. Obviously they're expensive, so I have to plan my buys properly so that I'm not hoarding way too much. For now, I don't really need it because I have a bunch of brushes that do the job really well. If I invest in a new brush, it's just about trying it out and how it works for me. Yeah, so those are the 2 brushes that I've been loving. That's the MAC 188S and this one has no number. It's the Smashbox concealer brush. The next makeup product that I want to talk about is the Huda Beauty lipstick in the shade Dirty 30. I absolutely love these lipsticks, but this shade has been my current favorite. I really love it. It's like a light mauve or light lavender or whatever you call it, lilac. I absolutely am loving that shade. I have a video on my IGTV where I'm wearing that, and you could go check it out to see how it looks on my face. I absolutely love how Huda Beauty lipstick smells, so yeah. The next product that I want to talk about is this Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are what the shades look like. I don't know why. I feel like the color story is very unique. I always mix these 2 for my transition shade, and this one works great as well for me. The color story is very like unique, where you have this shade and this shade, which is very different from whatever I own already. But I'm kind of treating this as my neutrals palette or whatever because I'm reaching for it so often. My other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, which I also love, the Soft Glam and the Renaissance palette, those are some of my favorites as well. But this one has been out here. I mean, the other ones are in my makeup whatever collection. This one's been out here, and every time I want to create a look, I know that I can finish it with this palette itself. So I don't know if it's the kind of looks I've been creating off late or whatever, but I've been reaching for this palette so much. I honestly received this in a broken condition, and it was my fault that I did not return it in that time span. That return window was closed. But I do not regret buying this because I did get it on a sale and I got it for an off price. But I'm gonna make sure that I get good use out of it. I have actually fixed the pans which were broken with some rubbing alcohol. So yeah, this has been my current favorite. You could say this has been my current favorite palette. So yeah, that's about that. That we are done with the makeup products. I've lost the light here. I hope this lighting is okay. I have a ring light. I hope my face looks alright. But yeah, let's just move on. I want to finish this video. Things that I got are like body care and hair care products, and I've been loving these off late. So I'm a huge fan of the Body Shop, of the products from the Body Shop. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but I really love their products. I've been using the British Rose shower gel for the longest time, and I really love it. But I recently got my hands on the British Rose body yogurt as well as the British Rose body scrub, and I'm absolutely loving these. I think it's the fragrance that gets to me. I have been loving it's this ginger shampoo. Honestly, I've been struggling with dandruff for quite some time now, and especially during monsoons, it just gets really worse. I was using this in the beginning of this year. Then I wanted to change things up and I used another shampoo, and then my hair just got worse and the monsoon started and it just got even horrible. So then I just switched back to this one. I personally do not use a conditioner for my hair. I don't know why, but once in a while when I do, I have the ginger conditioner, the Body Shop ginger conditioner. So my first box is still running good for me, and that's a really good conditioner. Honestly, the fragrance is not the best. The shampoo is still okay, but the conditioner, the fragrance is, not the best. But if you don't mind it, I think it's a great conditioner. It just conditions your hair really well, and it doesn't leave that moist feeling in the hair, which is personally why I do not like using a conditioner, because it makes my hair very limp, and when I straighten it, I just lose all the volume. So I personally don't like using conditioners, but when I think I need that nourishment, I use the ginger conditioner from the Body Shop. Now there are two products today that I want to talk about that did not work for me, and both are hair care products. And I mentioned that I was using other products instead of the ginger shampoo. I was trying out this a shampoo from L'Occitane. It's the Nourishing Care shampoo. This is like an SLS free shampoo, so that switch is very difficult. So this one didn't even feel like shampoo on my hair. And the day I first tried it, I was like, what did I order? What have I ordered? Did I order a conditioner? And I looked at it, because it wouldn't lather even one bit. I mean, even the Body Shop ginger shampoo does not lather much, but it just gives you that feeling that you're cleansing your hair. But this one doesn't. It just seems like there is some mousse on your hair, and it did not work for me. I went back and read a lot more reviews, and that's what was mentioned, that's how the shampoo is meant to work. And then I realized that my hair is way too damaged, way too dirty for this kind of a shampoo. I think I need to repair my hair, and then when it's in a good condition, I can switch to this, is what I felt. Because dandruff that I was dealing with, and I had to deal with that first and then probably switch to this. So I think I'm gonna just give this away to my mom. This is a product that I regret buying. The next shampoo that I tried was this Percy and Reed shampoo. Even this one, one of my friends was using it, and then I really liked it when I used it with her, which is why I purchased this. But I think I did not like it because in that particular time frame, my hair was really bad and it didn't suit my hair at that point. I really needed to work on, fixing my dandruff, and then, probably trying to experiment. So yeah, this has been a first couple of times when I used it, I really loved it, but then when I started using it more and more, I realized that my hair wasn't feeling great, which is why I went back to my ever loved ginger shampoo, and this is a product that I regret buying. That's all for this video, you guys. If you guys do try out any of the products that I've been loving, then do let me know. If you think there are other products that I could try, then do drop me a message as well. So yeah, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys pretty soon. Bye.